Hello, welcome to Universal Interiors. I am Uni.
And I'm Liz.
And we're back with you. Today we are,
creating in the kitchen.
What is the nationality of this dish?
For Pete's sakes. I'm not sure where. I'm Norwegian, Swedish, and German, so I think one of those.
Or is it British? Yorkshire?
Okay, let's go to Yorkshire pudding.
We're making Yorkshire pudding today.
Yes. And it is also known, it's popovers basically, the simple ingredients that you'll see. Because we like to create something simple for you to just enjoy. Yes. And reminding us always that's good for us. And if it's not, maybe just a little bit more on the core. That's we talk about that from time to time.
So today, while we
mix the butter and the milk and all that good stuff, we'll hold it in. Okay. So what we begin with, now I kind of did a pre-step by going in the oven, it's 375. So I have melted at 375 5 tablespoons of butter. And while I'm doing that, 5 tablespoons of butter, I'm going to take 3 eggs. We've got farm, fresh, raised eggs. I'm not kidding. Could not be fresher, could they?
No.
Or bad.
Not even if we tried.
You can take store-bought eggs, most of you, but if you happen to have an uncle in the backyard raising chickens, take their eggs, because that's what we're after. 3. We're doing 3 just slightly. Oh, I'm sorry, I need a little salt, Uni.
Oh.
Just slightly beating your eggs, not a whole lot of them. And then I'm just going to do a couple dashes of salt.
Bam, bam, bam.
There, it's just for good measure. Okay, we've got 3 eggs. We're going to take a cup of milk, and I'm guessing this is an organic, good for you milk inside of there.
Absolutely.
1 cup we go on top of, let's see, we'll just mix it like this. So 2 ingredients, that little dash of salt is in there. Just need a wee bit of that, and then we've got a cup of flour. So again, 3 eggs. Super easy. 1 cup milk, then 1 cup flour. Again, you're kind of mixing like you're making pancakes almost. If y'all mamas are out there, or kids, if you make pancakes at home, it's just a little bit of beating that you're going to do throughout all this. Make sure the flour is just moistened. You can still have lumps because that kind of makes this Yorkshire pudding work out. So there I've got simple 3 ingredients, and we will stop right there. And that melted butter we have already done, we want to take, we want to get a tablespoon too.
Coming right up.
Okay, we're going to take out of that 5 melted tablespoons of butter, we're going to take 3 of it, okay? We're going to just go right on in there, and we're just taking 3, well, I usually go a little bit more for good measure. There is going to be 3, and I'll dip back into that melted butter. Whoops, I'm not, are you holding your core right now, Uni? Because this is melted butter, and that's a lot of it. So we're going to do that. We're going to mix that up again just slightly. Okay.
Here, let me help you.
All right. We are there.
Now, did you do that to kind of temper it so they don't like start scrambling when you put it in there?
Yeah, you don't want to, exactly. You don't want to have, if you mix it too much, it still will be good, but it kind of gets scrambled eggy and a little bit thick. Okay. So we want to just do that, like I said, that covering. And I may have, in my joy of this process in your kitchen, gone a little bit. But what we're going to do now is we're just going to scrape that on out of there into that last remaining 2 tablespoons. Perhaps we could do a spatula. If this was chocolate frosting, we could lick it and use our fingers, but it's eggs and butter, so we're not going to lick it. We're going to exchange. And it's so helpful when you have a helpmate right there beside you making Yorkshire pudding, because sometimes I don't have just the grace to do this all by myself.
Well, we are a good team.
We are a good team. Right there, we've got it. We're almost ready to put it in the oven. A little bit of butter on the side. Let's just spread it out just a little bit in there so you make all that butter work for us. Okay? Again, super simple. 3 eggs, 1 cup milk, 1 cup flour, 5 tablespoons. You leave 2 of them in the pan and put 3 in the mix. Okay? And now, 375. You need to keep it nice and hot in that oven because we're basically like a popover. We're going to pop it on in here and give it about 35 to 40 minutes. And it should pop on out, and we'll be enjoying it shortly.
We'll be back with the final product.
Yorkshire pudding.
So we're back.
We are back, and we are about to enjoy Yorkshire.
Absolutely.
Pudding. Okay, here it is. About 35 minutes has passed, and I am going to do my best to get to our sweet Raina's camera to show that this is the Yorkshire pudding. Now, do you see that how it's kind of puffed up, airy? This is what we're after.
Went like on the sides.
Yeah,
Could you
and
just
it
lift
kind of
it
fluffs
right
up. You totally can. In fact, if you were at my house, Jace, my son, would be all over it. He'd be ripping the corner before we even got it cut. We probably a couple times a week have this in the winter. Again, the like buttery fluff on there, it works well when you're an athlete like he is and my husband is. But for me, it's just all about that, you know. We just got to treat ourselves with balance. So, yes, darling? A question?
You said you make it a lot in the winter.
We do. It's perfect right now here in the summertime too, because it doesn't take too long that the oven turns on. But Jace has hockey practice or games, and this is something he wants to come home to.
Protein.
Yep, and he just packs it in, and it gets almost nightly gets to the rink. Eunice knows that because I'll stop by here sometimes warm it up because it really actually lasts unless you're like 3 people and then you eat it all up. But if it's just one, it can last. You put it in the fridge and then you just go ahead. You know what, Dolly? I'm going to have you get a little spatula so you get underneath it. It does cut really easily, and you can just about lift it out like we're saying. But right now, we are about to fill the little Fegley house up with a little bit of Yorkshire. So you can take it right out. You can take it with a spatula. You can just do it just like that. See, it's like a little shell. Again, if we've mixed too much, don't be disappointed. Just next time you make it, just don't mix it as much because it can kind of get almost eggy and then you've just overstirred. So your choice, if you want to add a little bit more butter, it's better, they say, with butter. You can do just that and put a little wee bit on top and spread it on in there, and then your choice. We've got strawberry here at the Fegley house. You can have, we use raspberry. You can use, actually, you can use peanut butter. You can use honey, is really nummy, and you just do all that kind of mixing. Again, what we are after here, I think, lots of times when we make treats or we're sharing with you is to keep it simple, but something that is kind of pure too, because we're all about that. Thinking, eating, if we can do that, keep a good balance, and you can enjoy it in no time. So hopefully this is making you hungry and you're going to go home. All you need is eggs, butter, milk, and flour.
So how you prepare it?
Yep. So there you go. She's going to put a little bit of strawberry on top.
Look how this is going to look.
We are looking for, well, again.
Should I talk like Julia Child while I'm doing? Is that her name? Julia?
We're sorry if we've hurt your feelings. If you see this, Julia, if you're out there passing by Detroit Lakes, and if we've offended you, forgive us.
Away.
Oh, sorry, she's no more going to visit Detroit Lakes. Her relative might, though, and they think that we're stealing her line, because we are just little Minnesotans.
But I simply am talking like her, and it's so British sounding. Yorkshire.
And if you could, grab your favorite Detroit Lakes, Minnesota teacup or coffee.
Cheers. Let's eat it.
Enjoy. See you next time.